Hello friends of auto repair and Grand Caravans. Today is Wednesday, May 27, 2026. I'm here with my Dodge Grand Caravan, and today I want to install a heater core. Here is the heater core. If you watch my last video, you can see how I removed this heater core from a vehicle at Pick and Pull. So this is the heater core, and I want to install this heater core in my vehicle, and I want to put it back in there. So it should be pretty straightforward. It's kind of a reverse of what I did when I removed the other one. So right now I'm going to take a clip out here with a paddle is, and then I can push the paddle all the way against here, against the floor. And I'm going to remove one bolt from the column, the driver column. This, take it out, take the bolt out, then the driver column gonna retract and it's out of the way. So that way I can have more room when I wiggle in the core to push it back in there. So right now I'm going to start with a clip and with that bolt, and then I think I'm going to talk to you again. I found the right wrench. It's a 13 millimeter wrench to loosen that nut and then pull out the bolt. Okay, let's remove this. Okay, here is the bolt. I unscrewed it and then I pulled it out in the back, and look, the nut for some reason stays, and look, it just retracts. There it goes, bang, retracted. This is the top. There it is. Now it's out of the way. Just take the bolt out. Okay. So the next thing, the paddle. See, there's a clip there. So I'm going to take the clip out. I might get some light here. There it is. You can see it. There. There's a little clip there. And if you take that clip out, you can move the paddle shaft and put it against the back. I'll show you in a second. So I'm going to take the clip out right now. Okay, this is the clip. I just removed it. You can see it now without the clip. And look, the only thing you have to do is you move it over, look, and you can collapse the thing a little bit, you see? Bang, to the back. That's it. That's it. There's the room we need. Brake paddle is to the back wall, and steering column is out of the way. And now I just have to wiggle in the heater core and slide it back into its place. Okay, let's see how that goes. So you take the heater core, like you take it like this, and you put it like this, right? And I need both of my hands for it, but you put it like this, and now you have to take it and put it behind it like this. because you want to slide it back into the slot. I show you. Okay, this is the first pad, and it goes like, remember, you have to wiggle it to get it in there. I can't do it with one hand, so I'll show you in a second. I removed 2 more screws. This screw, look, this screw was here and one on the bottom, and I bend it a little bit like this, and then I put this. I was able to slide it in and wiggle it in, and was touching all over the place, but it's possible to do it. You need 2 hands to do it. So I slid it in, you know, over the column, and then now look, now I can just push it back into its spot. Like I say, it's a two-hand job. There, bang, it's in. So that's very nice, super happy. Make sure when you're putting it in that these things face to the front, to which the tubes connect later. Anyways, I was able to do it. Only took a couple minutes, but you have to wiggle. You have to bend this plastic away a little bit. See, all of a sudden there's lots of space. It's possible to do. Only takes really a couple minutes, but it hits all over. It hits here, hits there, and then, you know, eventually it's super easy. It slides in. Okay, so right now I'm gonna put this thing quickly back with the 2 screws. Then I'm gonna put the 8mm screw back here and one over there, and I'll talk to you in again in a sec. Yeah, I put this screw back and this screw back. Was super easy. And then I used the 8mm, and I put 1 8mm here and 1 8mm there. Super easy. Now you see the aluminum tubes. The aluminum tubes and the bracket. Have to go back. There. Look. There they are. And now, already in place. So the only thing left now is I put the screw back in there, and when I tighten that screw, the bracket pull the hose, the aluminum tubes back in its place. You see? There it is, super easy. I'll show you the screw. This is the screw. It's a torque screw. Looks like a star. Look, I put it there. Oh, you see it? There it is. Now I just need the torque screwdriver, and as soon as I start tightening the screw, it pulls the bracket this way, and then it pulls the tubes back in its place. Okay, let's get the torque screwdriver. Okay, here is the torque screwdriver. Looks like a star. There it is. I already did a little bit, and now I just have to tighten it more, you know. And again, it's tough to do with one hand, but you get the idea. So I'm going to tighten it with 2 hands, and I'll talk to you again. Okay, I tightened it very tight. The brackets pushes into the heater core. The tubes, they feel very tight right now. Obviously this is important, because as soon as I put the radiator fluid back, you know, we don't want that it leaks here. I guess we won't know until we put the radiator fluid back. Okay, now continue here with the paddle. I'm going to put the clip back on the paddle here. There it is. You see, it's already, I put it back. I just have to put the clip on there, and after that I'll do the column. Okay, let's get the clip on there. Okay, you see, the clip is back. You just slide it over, and then it makes click, and it's in position, and it's, yeah, it can't get out anymore. And now I'm going to put back the column here, the drive column, steering wheel column. Okay, look, I put the 13mm nut back on that bolt and put the little pin in front of it. So that's perfect. Steering column is back. The pedal is back. The brake pedal. The bracket is tightened up there. So everything is kind of done in here, except of the cover. But before I put the cover back, we have to do one other thing. There we are, look. If you see this, these are the tubes. And here is pressure on these hoses. When I removed my bad core, I drained the system, and then I bought 2 plugs. They're 5/8 plugs, I think. I popped them in and left it like this while I was driving. And then, of course, because of the plugs, there was no circulation. So what I have to do is, right now, I have to get rid of some of the radiator fluid to drop the level in the system, and then I can take the plugs, take the 2 plugs off, and I push the hose back over the aluminum tubes, and then put the clamps back on, and then refill the radiator fluid. So right now, let's get rid of some of the radiator fluid. Okay, I've got my little device here. This is to extract liquid. Super handy, I bought it years ago. So I will use this to get rid of some of the radiator fluid, to lower it. Okay. So I pumped out some radiator fluid like this. Pump, pump, pump. And it's now in the container here. Maybe a liter. When I look on the radiator, it's like low. The level seems lower than the height of the hoses. So I'm gonna take the pliers, take the clamp off, pull the plug, and put it on the aluminum tubes. Yes, you can see, here's the plug. I wiggled it out of the hose. Now I can take the tube and I put it back over the aluminum. There it is. Wow, super easy, look. Now I just need to use the pliers and put the clamp back over in its position there. Anyways, so when it's done, and now I do the same thing with this one. Move the clamp to here, then wiggle out the plug, and then put the hose back over the aluminum tubes. Okay, I need 2 hands to do it. Okay, see, the clamp was here. I moved it to where it is now. I wiggled out the plug with the pliers, and now I'm pushing the hose back over the aluminum tube. Perfect. And now I'm just going to use the plier and put both clamps to the right position, and then we can refill the radiator fluid. Here we go. I use the pliers to move the clamps to their position, to the right position. So we're all done here. These are the 2 plugs I pulled out of the hose. I bought them at Rona. And now I'm going to put the radiator fluid back, and then I have to top up more. Whatever the heater core, you know, there's liquid has to go in there too, maybe half a liter or something. So we have to add more radiator fluid to fill the system. Anyways, I'm going to put this back, start the engine, and fill up a little bit more. Okay, I started the engine. I revved it like two, 3 times, and I filled it up like 1 liter more, like it's to the top right now. Put the cap on, and look, there's no leak there. I can see nothing is dropping there. And in the vehicle here, hot air coming out. Wow, so the heater core works. Hot air coming out here, and I don't see a leak. You see the connections? Oh, it's the bottom one. They're both hot. So the liquid comes in, the hot liquid goes through the heater core and exits on the other one. And they're both hot. And I don't see a leak there. So I'm very happy to say it all works. Yeah, hot air, no leaks. So I call this a successful heater core installation. And I'm going to check the radiator level again later or tomorrow or whatever. Yeah, I can feel here on the big hose it's hot and there's pressure. But yeah, super happy. Everything seems to work right now. So yeah, it's not hard to do. Little tricky there, but if I can do it, everybody can do it. Okay, I'll talk to you on the next repair here on my Grand Caravan.